Hi, welcome to this channel again. I have very serious issues to talk about here today, and this is directed at President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And what I want to suggest to him is how to fix Nigeria's current drift. The problem Nigeria is going through now, how to fix them for a season. What are my suggestions? The first suggestion is for him to get a couple of people arrested, questioning, for accountability because of the current circumstances Nigeria is going through. The first person to be so arrested and questioned is his predecessor, General Muhammadu Buhari. Why should he be questioned? He actually is the architect of all the problems that Nigeria is going through at the moment, because it's at his watch that the worst corruption that has ever happened in Nigerian history took place. Nigeria is the way it is today because of what General Buhari did as president of Nigeria. Unprecedented looting of the treasuries of Nigeria. The second person to be so arrested is the president of the Senate of the Ninth Assembly, who through him the Ways and Means became an instrument of the worst corruption ever seen in the Senate. He should be arrested. Fortunately, Ahmed Lawan is still in the 10th Senate at the moment. The third person to be so arrested for questioning as well is the Speaker of the House of Representatives of the 9th Senate, Femi Gbajabiamila. Fortunately, he is President Tinubu's Chief of Staff at the moment. And then the fourth person to be arrested, or persons to be arrested, are designated ministers under the Buhari's administration. The first amongst them to be so arrested, the Minister of Aviation, whatever his name is, I don't even remember, and a couple of other ministers. And then from what you can see going on with Beta Edu, the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, it is just the tip of the iceberg of other ministries under the watch of President Buhari. And then you leave the national and you go to the states. A whole lot of state governors should not be walking the streets free. They should be held accountable for what they did. You know what? President Buhari supervised a nation where impunity became the watchword. And you, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, can reverse that, where people are held accountable for their actions. You know, each time I think about the late President Yaradua and what he had started doing before death took him away, when he wanted to remove the immunity clause for the president, vice president, governors, and deputy governors. It was one of the best things that could have happened to Nigeria. Unfortunately, death did not let him see through that piece of legislation he wanted to deal with. Create an opportunity where people could be held accountable for what they did in public office. So, President Tinubu, you have the opportunity right now. You came into office with a whole lot of crazy perception about your persona. You have all the opportunity right now to change that perception with just these few suggestions I've just made. Get President Muhammad Buhari. Get him arrested. If you see the stench coming out of Emefiele's troubles, Buhari was the man that the buck stopped at his desk. What is he walking the streets of Daura free, picking his teeth for? The moment you sort this matter out, holding President Muhammad Buhari accountable with all the necessary people that worked with him in his administration, a couple of them, look, the way they look at you, the way Nigerians look at you, the way the world looks at you will change. And it will not be a slap on the wrist, because by the time we look at what happened with the ways and means by which 23 trillion, 30 trillion, we call trillions now as if it's hundreds, under the Buhari administration, the way these trillions will be recovered, recouped, that would take care of the issues that Nigeria is going through. So what are you wasting time for? When Buhari came in as a military president in 1983, what did he do? The first thing he did, he locked up the president, Shehu Shagari. He locked up all the governors and a couple of senators and House of Rep members and other people, other actors in the government of Shehu Shagari were all locked up without any due process. But this one, you have all the processes and all the legislative backing to bring back these men who do not have immunity now, except you cover them because of the lack of political will. And that will hunt you down forever. If you don't do this, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, your end will be disastrous. Nigerians will never forgive you, because you are supervising over problems you did not create. And the individuals who created these problems for Nigeria are still walking Nigerian streets free. And Nigerians are dying of hunger. Do you know how much confidence you would engender in Nigerians who are suffering in diaspora? Can you imagine what ordinary Nigerians in diaspora are struggling, facing, and dying daily because they cannot come back to their home country, Nigeria? Not because they don't want to, but because of the impunity, the corruption, the stealing, the heartlessness, the insecurity, the lack of electricity for them to come home and do the best they can for their home country. Please, President Tinubu, adhere to this suggestion. That singular act will shore up confidence of Nigerians and the world at large, because nobody expects you to do that. And that's why you need to do it. If you do it, if you get Muhammad Buhari to be accountable for what he did to Nigeria economy in 8 years, the destruction of the economy, the destruction of the civil service, the corruption of the military, the complicity of the various arms of government by one individual called President Muhammad Buhari, you would have solved the problems of Nigeria. You would create a new pathway for the way Nigeria is seen. We have Jacob Zuma of South Africa in jail for the issues, the problems he created while he was in office, aligning towards corruption. We are all aware of that. We're all aware of what happened to Anwar Sadat of Egypt in 1984. I'm not even sure now, when he was incarcerated. Many African presidents have been incarcerated after office. I'm not talking about when the military took over, which is the first thing they always do. I'm talking of during civilian administration. Put them in the bar, let them account for what they did. By the time you put each and every one of them through that, you will gain legitimacy overnight. President Tinubu, you will gain legitimacy overnight if you bring Muhammadu Buhari and his gang that looted this country dry and created the problems Nigerians are going through now. You will be a hero. Your administration or your perception that is just down the drain will show up right up to the mountaintops. I appeal to you, President Tinubu. This is what you need to do. And everybody in office will sit up when they know that there is accountability after office. Do this. May God help you. For I had asked for us to sincerely comment and participate in this channel. I don't quite get that much participation. Share this. I call upon you to subscribe to this channel. If it makes sense, it's a wholly political channel. If it makes sense to you, subscribe, like the channel, and share the thoughts. Comment. Let's have your comment in the comment section as to the right way to go. Thank you so very much for watching.